We are just a few minutes away from KDKA News at 11. Let's head over to the news desk. That's where Royce Jones is. Good evening, Royce.
Good evening, Josh. Tonight at 11, a woman is in police custody accused of shooting another woman in the leg. Lauren Linder is speaking with police to find out what led up to this shooting. It happened in a restaurant parking lot. Plus, looking for something to do this weekend, we have a few ideas. And Josh, you're going to like this. One of your idols growing up just got engaged. So you're going to have to make sure you tune in so you can see who we're talking about.
See, now you're going to have me watching.
This is for you. It's specifically for you, the story.
I'm honored. Thank you, Royce. In addition to everything Royce talked about coming up on the sports side of things, we will have Pirates and Phillies highlights. Also, Rich Walsh checks in from Steelers training camp. He talks about Kenny Pickett as well and his leadership in the locker room and on the field as well. But before we go, Colin Dunlap, we talked about Kenny Pickett. We talked about the offense. We talked about guys like Corey Trice and Joey Porter Jr., which leads to the tweet we got here from Zach. Which rookie on this Steelers team do you think will make the most impact this season?
Broderick Jones. Can I go right to the top and say it's the left tackle? I think that, maybe I'm wishing that true. But I do think it'll be Broderick Jones. You don't move up. You don't go where the Steelers went to take him if you don't feel as if he's going to make an impact, and he should make an impact.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that really believes it probably should be Broderick Jones, and I'm with you. I hope it's Broderick Jones. I think Kenny Pickett needs for it to be Broderick Jones. I think Najee Harris needs for it to be Broderick Jones, and that's nothing against guys like Darnell Washington. It's nothing against Joey Porter Jr. I'm with you. You don't do what they did in the draft to get a guy like Broderick Jones unless you really think that he can be an anchor to this offensive line. And it was a unit that we all knew, and by the end of the season, we knew it needed to be upgraded. And now you got Broderick Jones here. You bring in Isaac Seumalo from Philly, who's one of the more reliable, dependable guards in this league, and he was on one of the best offensive lines last year. You don't make moves like that unless you realize, hey, you got to get the best kind of level of protection in front of your quarterback to keep him on both feet.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another quick observation from camp. Seumalo's mean and nasty and gritty in a really good way. Like, yes. the old cliched, let's lock everybody in a room and who'd be the guy that would walk out? He's my pick this year. If you locked every Pittsburgh Steeler in a room and said, who's the last man standing? It's that quiet guy that doesn't say a lot, whose head's about this big and is just mean and nasty. Seumalo is he's on the do not mess with list, right at the top.
I will say this until I have the opportunity to not say it anymore. That entire left side of the offensive line, I don't think I could have wished on a star and got a better outcome. Because when we found out the free agent class and offensive lineman, I'm like, man, Seumalo would be a really good add to this offensive line. And the Steelers go and sign him. Then we go into the draft, I'm like, man, I'd love to get Broderick Jones. And then the Steelers trade up and draft him. It was really one of those scenarios where I'm going, I couldn't have asked for anything better as far as that. And to get that guy who was on Philly's unit, which was one of the best lines in the league last year, right. I thought that was a huge bonus for them. I expect a lot better play out of this offensive line. Thanks again to Colin Dunlap for the time this evening. For Colin Dunlap, for our producer Hannah Mears, and our team here at KDKA and Pittsburgh CW, I'm Josh Taylor. See you tomorrow night.